Over to you, Nick.
Thanks, Fowles. Um, I wanted to talk about the Lakers. I really didn't, because I just feel like it's such an oversaturated topic. And it's not about Bronny. The Bronny thing's over. He played his 3 minutes. He's going to the G League. It's all sorted now. I actually want to talk about JJ Redick. I think a lot of us had reservations talking about JJ Redick. He's a podcaster. He's a former player who was a role player at best. How well is this going to work? It's a 4 game sample. It really is only a 4 game sample, so let's not overreact too much. But it looks incredibly encouraging for the Lakers. It's the fact that LeBron is no longer the first option, and that's probably the one part of this that isn't being discussed as heavily as everything else. It's Anthony Davis's team, and Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura are playing around that really well, and LeBron James is the second option with the ability to take over like he did against Sacramento. I think JJ Redick is currently doing a very good job for someone who has no coaching experience. This is a bit of a praise because I would love to end up on the old man slash young man on the free, which is his podcast, if you're not aware. Um, but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Lakers start? They did lose to Phoenix today after blowing a bit of a lead, but are you impressed? Do you not want to overreact because it's only 4 games? How do you feel?
I think there's a few levels to any observation you make in the NBA, and then the landscape changes so quickly that this might be a whole totally redundant take in 7 days' time. Yeah, you're right. Firstly, it's a small sample size. 3-1, good start for the Lakers. They're probably feeling positive, but it's 4 games. Yeah, I think maybe the part that's understated for the Lakers this season is continuation. There's nothing like a team that gets to actually play together for more than one season. Crazy, right? Yeah, that you actually get continuation on what you're trying to do. And Lakerland is notorious, obviously, for shaking up their rosters and trying to chase superstars and trading players left, right, and center. Even after they won the championship, yeah, I think they lost half that team, if not more, I think, because they decided that they wanted to chase that next big thing. And this season, the Lakers did not do that. I think that's paying dividends right now, along with health. Okay, all right. And JJ Redick is the man in charge for steering that ship, so all credit to him, by all means, absolutely. But there's nothing like stepping out on the floor with 4 other guys that you know already how they sort of play, because you at least got a whole year to play with them already, if not longer for some of them, um, to get that going. So, look, I think their ceiling is still like 45 wins. Okay, and that's putting them right in the middle of that play-in last sort of couple of spots of the playoff. I'm not seeing anything here that suggests that they're going to be top four right now yet. Okay, but yeah, look, they've definitely had some, a good start.
Well, the second part of this would be, is the Olympic team, outside of Steph Curry at this point, is the Olympic team legit? Because both Phoenix and Lakers sit atop of the West, and only, really respectively losing to other good Western Conference teams. The duo of Booker and KD looks really good, and the duo of LeBron and AD looks really good. Obviously, with an asterisk on LeBron, I think the 40-year-old man season is starting to show some cracks because I think every so often he's going to have a game like he did the other night where he has 11 and it's not on good shooting. Um, do you think that this Olympics has rejuvenated some of these guys and they're about to have a bit of a last hurrah? Similar to how Steph Curry kind of got his last championship against that up and coming Boston team, do you think perhaps it wouldn't be unfathomable to see an older Western team steal one more championship before the young guys like OKC and Memphis officially take over?
No.
Cool. And that's it for us.
I,
Nice and easy call.
I cannot. You're suggesting a dark horse older team that might
Yep.
sneak an extra championship here. I can't see that happening. I don't think the Celtics are classified as a older team clearly, and they're looking to go
No, they're
back to
young.
back. Yeah, correct. I'm not sure which team you're nominating at such an early stage that could be that dark horse. Yeah. The Lakers are not going to win the championship this year as much as everyone would want to feel good about that in LA, but it's just got the odds would be extremely long for that to happen. Okay, and I don't know who else you're suggesting fits that category there. If you're talking about say the Nuggets look like they're suddenly even more thin. Yeah, they're even more thin. If you're talking about say like the Bucks, yeah, and they're a bit of a vet team there. They're looking like they're old. Yeah, they're just looking.
Mm.
They don't have enough depth to go with the young guns now that are probably primed to get there. Even if you're talking about the Sixers, man, we just talked about them before. Like there's 1,000 question marks with them right now. What the hell's going on? And that they need to try and get their season going. Yeah, they don't want to be. I don't know what's a worst case scenario then. They don't want to be 10 and 15, 25 games in. Yeah, that would not be ideal for them. Yeah, and they would probably be sitting about say 10th spot right now, and then they'll be like, that's not where we were envisioning this. But yeah, we want just Embiid and PG healthy for the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know who you're suggesting would be able to knock off Boston, knock off OKC right now. Probably two of the hottest teams right now that are young.
Phoenix.
And what makes you suggest that? Simply besides the bias that you were a fan, because yeah, I don't know,
No,
like
look, no, really good point. I think obviously Phoenix has a different offensive scheme this season with Mike Budenholzer at the helm. Um, and I also think it's a bit of a gem at this point, but the rookie Dunn has come out of nowhere and has been really integral to what is going on the bench. And Tyus Jones has really slotted into the starting role and unlocked that team. And we talked about that being a really good acquisition, that as a point guard on that team to facilitate, it's really good. Brad Beal has already played more games than he did probably in the first couple of months as a
mhm.
Phoenix Sun last season. So that's encouraging. And hopefully he keeps figuring it out. I think he's having the rough adjustment of being a third option, but still taking like 15 shots a game. So I think we're poised with a little bit more continuity, a different coach and scheme, and different personnel. Mason Plumlee is also on the team, which I didn't actually realize until I saw him in a jersey playing on a highlight reel. That's a pretty good acquisition because he is a good backup to Yusuf Nurkic, who, even though he played 70 something games last season, you always do worry about that injury risk. I like our lineup. Um, it You need more time, just like anything. We could be talking in a week, and I could be really down on the Suns, and
your
I hate everything.
your whole season hinges on health. Yeah,
Yes,
your whole
yeah, you're
season,
right.
and all clubs' seasons hinge on health. But you guys have three guys there that are aging. Besides Book, I guess. Yeah, you got two guys there that are aging, but Book has an injury history too. Okay, and you're just fingers crossed that you guys can get healthy or stay healthy when the time matters. Okay, if you guys here's your terrible scenario that you're going to be heartbroken that you guys win 50, 55 games potentially because you have the talent to do so, and then suddenly you lose one of your big three, if you call them that, by the time playoffs roll around, and then suddenly now your offense suddenly have to take a couple, make some adjustments, and everyone's being asked a bit more, and maybe the wheels fall off a little bit there. Look, look, I think you guys probably have it feel better than the Lakers that at least you have the depth. Right now, the Lakers continue to be really built around AD and LeBron and aging LeBron at that. But yeah, I don't think there's any teams right now, and it is week one. Yeah, it is week one that are jumping out. That is an older team that's really going to come out of nowhere to grab this potential championship.
So it sounds like OKC Boston. That's you've already banked
Yeah,
it in,
yeah,
huh?
that's it. Put the money down now.
Easy. Put it